In this YouTube video, I will be discussing the following. What are omega-3 fatty acids? What is the scientific research to show how do omega-3 fatty acids help anxiety? And what are some seafood and plant-based sources? Omega-3 fatty acids are essential fats that play a critical role in our brain health and physical health. Our bodies cannot produce enough omega-3s on their own, which means we must obtain these from our diet. Now let's break it down. Omega-3 fatty acids come in three main types. First is ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, which is found in plant-based sources. Second is DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. And thirdly, EPA, icosapentaenoic acid, which are primarily found in marine sources. Today though, I want to first focus on how we best use plant-based sources of omega-3s, which are in ALA. ALA can be converted into EPA and DHA in the body. However, this conversion results in small amounts of EPA and DHA. In human studies, Green and colleagues demonstrated that in patients with social anxiety disorder, levels of EPA and DHA levels are reduced by 18 to 34%. Moreover, an inverse correlation exists between the levels of these omega-3s and the severity of anxiety. Similar observations have been made by others, and these associations are backed by interventional trials. A randomized double-blinded placebo-controlled trial on 68 medical students showed that 12 weeks of omega-3 supplementation lowered anxiety by 20%. This study also revealed that lower omega-6 to omega-3 ratios predicted lower levels of inflammatory markers and anxiety. Lastly, a meta-analysis of 19 clinical trials, including 2,240 participants across 11 countries, concluded that omega-3 treatment is effective in reducing anxiety. Dose and omega-3s are important to consider in studies that use doses lower than 2 grams per day, because these studies tended not to be effective in treating anxiety. Salmon is often celebrated as the powerhouse of omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA, making it a great choice for boosting your intake. According to the Department of Agriculture, a 3-ounce serving of cooked salmon contains approximately 1,800 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids, primarily in the form of EPA and DHA. However, while salmon sits comfortably as a well-known source of omega-3s, you might be surprised to learn that there are other foods containing even higher amounts of these essential fatty acids. Here are some foods with more omega-3s than salmon and delicious ways to enjoy them. All nutrition data is from the USDA and FDA, but note that some of these foods contain ALA, omega-3 fatty acids, so swapping your salmon for these options won't be an exact comparison because salmon has predominantly DHA and EPA. Mackerel, for example, a different type of fish, has 5,000 milligrams of DHA and EPA, omega-3 fatty acids per serving, which is about 3.5 ounces. When it comes to omega-3 content, mackerel is an impressive fish that surpasses salmon. While many people associate salmon with high omega-3 levels, mackerel actually delivers up to 5,130 milligrams of omega-3s per 3.5 ounce serving. This makes mackerel one of the richest natural sources of these essential fatty acids. Not only is mackerel a nutritional powerhouse, but it also has more cost-effective and sustainable options than some of the other fish mentioned. It is a rich flavor which can be enjoyed grilled, baked, or even as part of a tasty smoked dish. By including mackerel in your diet, it won't just boost your omega-3 fatty acid intake, it'll also add variety to your meals, making it easier to maintain a well-rounded eating plan, and eating healthier is easier. Another great source of omega-3 fatty acids is herring, a small oily fish commonly found in both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. It's packed with nutrients and includes high levels of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. It's also a great source of antioxidants and vitamin E. Next, I wanted to mention plant-based sources. Now remember, the plant-based sources contain the short-chain omega-3s, ALA. And in walnuts, you get 2,500 milligrams of ALA per serving of approximately 1 ounce. Chia seeds, which is rich in protein as well, has 5,000 milligrams of ALA for 1 ounce serving. And hemp hearts, and I love to make hemp milk with my hemp hearts, has 2,000 milligrams of ALA for every 3 tablespoons. So it's really key for you to know, in what I'm trying to say here, that there are certain fish that have a high omega-3 content than just salmon. These sources may be more cost-effective and may be more sustainable and easier for you to acquire and even eat and prepare. But also that the ALA, the short-chain fatty acids found in plant-based sources, don't convert as well, but I'm going to teach you some tricks to make them a little bit more available to you. Now, the next question becomes, how much omega-3s should you eat in your diet? People ask me this all the time. Well, the recommended daily intake of omega-3 fatty acids varies depending on the type as well as the source. According to the NIH, adults should aim for a daily intake of approximately 1.1 grams for females and 1.6 grams for males of ALA, which is, remember, the plant-based source of omega-3s found in foods like flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. When it comes to EPA and DHA, US health agencies really don't offer much guidance for how much of these we should take. For people with existing heart disease, the American Heart Association recommends approximately 1 gram per day of EPA plus DHA, preferably from oily fish. Data published in the Journal of the American Heart Association suggests that consuming 3 grams each day of EPA and DHA may help support healthy blood pressure. Recommended amounts of omega-3s may vary for specific health conditions at different life stages, for example, pregnancy, managing certain diseases, and really depending on your own physical and mental well-being. If you avoid fish in your diet, an algal oil or algae-based supplement may be worth considering, and always ask your healthcare provider. Enhancing the conversion of ALA, which is again the plant-based omega-3 fatty acid, into the long-chain derivatives EPA and DHA can be challenging due to the body's limited efficiency in this process. However, certain dietary and lifestyle strategies may help improve this conversion. Reduce omega-6 fatty acid intake. Now, omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids compete for the same enzymes during metabolism. A high intake of omega-6 fatty acids can impact the conversion of ALA to EPA and DHA. Therefore, lowering your consumption of omega-6 rich oils like corn oil or sunflower oil may enhance ALA conversion. How else can you increase your ALA consumption? Boost your intake of ALA-rich foods. This can help you. This will provide more substrate for conversion. Foods high in ALA include flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, and hemp seeds. Incorporate curcumin. Some research suggests that curcumin, a compound found in turmeric, may enhance the synthesis of DHA from ALA by increasing the activity of enzymes involved in the conversion process. So including turmeric in your diet could potentially support this pathway. This is why I add turmeric to my chia pudding when I make it. Another factor is gender differences. Studies indicate that women may have a higher conversion rate of ALA to EPA and DHA compared to men, possibly due to the effects of estrogen. While this factor is not modifiable, it's important to recognize individual differences in conversion efficiency. So implementing these strategies may help improve the conversion of ALA to its beneficial long-chain omega-3 derivatives, supporting overall health and especially your mental fitness. And hey, if you like my content, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and give us a like.